Are you a functional SAP Ariba consultant wondering where to upskill for best returns this year? If the answer to this question is yes, then take note of what I have to say over the coming minutes, as I'll explain which two skills are must-haves within your procurement arsenal, as well as outlining some salary and day rate comparisons with and without expertise in these disciplines. In my role as a talent specialist running an SAP Ariba desk, I'm fortunate enough to have visibility on real-time market trends. As such, I've analysed the data from a survey of 48 SAP Ariba project teams across the last 12 months to establish what roles they look to hire in 2023. The highest rise in demand across SAP Ariba skills for projects heading into 2024 are very clear, and mastering these should give you a solid competitive advantage in the SAP Ariba market. Up 52% in the last 12 months is SAP Ariba SLP, meaning a sharp increase in projects requiring consultants skilled in this area. And up a staggering 81% in the last 12 months is SAP Ariba SCC. The strength of this increase has not been remotely matched with competence in the market to service this demand, and we've seen firsthand many companies struggle unsuccessfully to identify resources suitably skilled to help them, meaning they've either had to extend their recruitment time and delay project kickoff, or hire in unskilled or unsuitably skilled consultants who've had to learn whilst on the job. In today's climate, businesses are placing much more concern on how they interact with, manage and monitor their suppliers and the supply chain. And so SAP Ariba are having plenty of joy when it comes to customers looking to take greater control and visibility over how they can improve processes when it comes to who they do business with, as well as better managing the collaboration they have with these business partners. In 2024, I expect to see more companies moving in the direction of SAP Ariba to handle their digital procurement, with a spike in those projects needing skilled upstream expertise with particular emphasis on supplier lifecycle performance and supply chain collaboration. Be sure to ensure your commercial experience and trainings are very clear on your CV, LinkedIn profiles, or any other public forums if you want to be noticed by recruiters and recruiting companies. 3 other noteworthy areas to be aware of that can increase your value in the market include SAP Ariba guided sourcing, generative AI, and integration with SAP BTP. All evidence points to these as strong growth areas. We just don't yet have enough empirical data to confidently conclude anything here. But watch this space. If you want to know more about guided sourcing, generative AI, or BTP, then I've linked some interesting articles in the video description from sources I trust within the SAP space. So feel free to check those out. So here's the bit you're probably most interested in. Let's take a look at how upskilling in these areas can help you increase your earnings. So starting on the permanent side, a standard SAP Ariba downstream consultant working as part of an implementation team, so that's with a focus predominantly on buying and invoicing, could look to charge in the region of £55,000 to £70,000 annually as a salary, with higher salaries favouring those who've led projects or who have project experience, including guided buying too. A similar skill set, but with upstream projects under your belt, including sourcing and contracting modules, most importantly with SLP project expertise, is going to allow you to comfortably add an extra 10,000 annually to that salary, so averaging closer to 80,000 a year. Whilst a permanent consultant specializing in supply chain collaboration is going to be worth even more in 2024, especially to consulting partners who may win many projects requiring in-house capabilities covering supply chain collaboration. So personally, I won't be shocked to place SAP Ariba SCC consultants at salaries upwards of £90,000 annually this year. On the contract side, With there normally always being a preference for companies to hire permanently, the scarcity of proper skills in that market dictates why such high salaries can be sought. But this scarcity also brings big opportunities for contractors too. If this is your category, then you'll be looking at an extra 100 to 150 pounds a day added to your usual rate if you're bringing SLP and especially SCC expertise to the table. Right now, and again, this all depends on each unique company and your degree of market expertise as a contractor, but average rates heading into 2024 for a standard SAP Ariba P2P functional consultant are in and around 575 to 675 a day, whereas the same responsibilities for an SLP project average out in the middle at around 765 a day, and SCC roles easily exceeding 800 a day in many instances. And of course, these rates climb for those in lead architect or management contract roles. At that echelon, you comfortably should be looking at over £1,000 a day. As a disclaimer here, these are just averages and examples exist both above and below these rates for the skills. But what's undeniable is that the average salary and rate for SLP and SCC projects is much higher. So if you already have this experience, make sure to double down this year and continue gaining project experience here. And if you don't yet, then look at what experience you can gain through training courses or perhaps shadowing those on an existing project who do have this experience. When looking for your next project, pay special attention to those who have SLP or SCC on their project roadmap. Or of course, give me a call if you want so that we can properly look at your unique situation, skill set and experience level. I'll be working to support many programs this year who are going to need resources in these areas and other areas across SAP Ariba too. So if you would be interested in having a discussion, then I might just have the perfect role for you.